When the winners were announced at the 2022 district-level Rotary speech competition, I was severely disappointed. I had spent weeks preparing my speech for this chance against 10 other competitors, all of which were juniors or seniors in high school. The Rotary Interact Club offered scholarships to first through third place speakers, and although I was only a freshman, I had hoped for a head start in my college saving fund. The man on the stage announced the third through first place winners without ever saying my name. I had imagined that exact moment for weeks, the embarrassing fruition of my failure. My efforts felt like a waste of time and energy, but I now see that that loss was a turning point in my attitude against success and failure. 2 weeks prior to the competition, I would not even entertain the idea of entering. I did not want my own personal thoughts, words, or ideas to be put on a pedestal for criticism and deemed inadequate. My mom decided I would enter the competition against my will, and I dragged my feet when writing my speech. If I withheld pieces of my abilities, shielding them from judgment, my inevitable loss would not feel so personal. Despite my reluctance to give every effort, I was shocked to learn that I had won the city level and was on my way to the district level. I needed to practice, but I kept putting it off so I would have excuses to blame rather than my own skill. I did not expect my name to be called on that 2022 district stage, yet I felt immensely dissatisfied when it wasn't. I had nothing to blame for that loss but myself and my own reserve of my efforts. I had set myself up for failure in order to buffer the pain of my shortcomings, but that tactic only threatened my opportunity to flourish. The fear of inadequacy was sidelined due to the new motivation to succeed. On the car ride home from the loss, I began brainstorming a topic for 2023's speech. I spent the following year making lists of topics that sparked my interest, and watching TED Talks and investing time to improve my efficiency in public speaking. I raised my hand first to volunteer to represent my Rotary Club when the opportunity arose again. Once I wrote my speech, I practiced with everyone I knew. My parents grew weary of timing me while I recited my 7-minute speech, and my 2 younger siblings could nearly quote it back to me. I sought out criticism and judgment from friends, no longer concealing my abilities but allowing them to be developed further. Nearly a year after my 2022 loss, I was back on the district stage, centering myself securely on the platform. I reflected on the insecure girl that I was a year ago, who, so full of doubt, feared being inadequate so much as to only express herself in unsure words and a hushed voice. Now in 2023, I had embraced my failure, used it to improve, and now greeted the stage with boldness. In that moment, I was unaware that I would win the first place scholarship prize, and that I would be the first sophomore to accomplish it. I only knew that in that moment, I was going to do my best to prove to that insecure girl that the very thing she feared most, failure, would be what made her flourish. I looked out at the audience, prepared and at ease, and began confidently. Frankie and Janice Flood were twins and best friends.